From Hemel Hempstead and number 6 seed, Behemoth.
They know what they've got to do now. Anthony and Michael Pritchard, Kane Aston, Bachelor of Science in Computer Studies. Behemoth with its 80.4 kilos, its pneumatic scoop, has to go on the attack.
Roboteers, stand by. 3,
back now.
2, 1.
Has to thrust forward.
Activate.
Has to go at shunt and try and leave a shunt off within the time set by panic attack. Digging in. I suppose a moral victory would be to last the minute anyway for panic attack and join X-Terminator. Well, it's not hugely entertaining, is it? Look at this. Bang, scoop to scoop, and then, well, not a lot of movement. No, not a lot of movement. Movement, yes! We had a flicker, a spasm. Brilliant, though, they've lasted the minute, and that's all that matters for them. That's what Sumo's all about. A load of lard and not enough movement.
Behemoth cost £2.5 grand to make. They've got 40 stones worth of lift in that bucket there.
From Hemel Hempstead and number 6 seed, Behemoth.
A mighty machine, joint heaviest here at 80 kilos, a titanium shell bucket scoop, 2 motors, and an electric wheelchair gearbox. Will the Moth fly too near the flames, though? In Series 3, we saw the power of the scoop against Shark Attack and then General Carnage. And in the heat final, things looked good as they rolled Pitbull over. But then they got stuck on an arena spike and were unlucky losers.
Hi, this is Team Behemoth, myself, Anthony Pritchard, Kane Aston, and Michael Pritchard, and this is our robot, Behemoth. We've got the power to lift them, push them, and we can self-dry. Basically, we're going to flip them and kick them.
Roboteers, stand by.
Vercingetorix with the lifter there at the front, and Razer with the crusher, and Onslaught with the bucket scoop. And there on the left-hand side, the Vercingetorix team in gear with the beard, Razer in the middle, and young David Wood of Onslaught on the right. And Attila the drum with the pickaxe look, spawn of Scutter with the spike. And Behemoth with the pneumatic scoop. Bernie Ryder of Attila the drum on the left there, the spawn of Scutter boys in the middle, and the Pritchard brothers of Behemoth.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, look at the speed of Razer, straight out of the traps there to the top right of your picture. Razer with a great crushing claw on Vercingetorix. That's Behemoth trying to get the scoop in. That's Razer immediately on the attack and piercing Vercingetorix's shell. The boys from the Isle of Wight with a Kevlar and Lexan machine in trouble straight away from Razer lurks. Piercing and crumbling Behemoth nearly flipped up by Onslaught. But look at this, Razer's great crushing, piercing weapon. Crumpling down on Vercingetorix right from the start. Spawn of Scutter dodging away from Attila the drum. Attila the drum coming back, using the pickaxe, don't forget. There, we just saw it. Onslaught in the middle. Vercingetorix trying to get back at Razer. There we can see at the controls briefly the Razer boys. They're doing most of the attacking so far. Onslaught, though, bashing against Razer. Razer taking on poor old Vercingetorix again. Well, they picked on them right from the start. And Behemoth coming in and lifting Razer up into the air. Onslaught trying to do the same with Vercingetorix, probably not having enough power. Spawn of Scutter, will we see the great piercing spike come out? They want them in the pit. Who's going in the pit? Attila the drum in the top. No fear. Behemoth almost flipped up. Spawn of Scutter in the action again. Toppling Onslaught against the scoop of Behemoth. Look at this now. It was Onslaught on the attack, first of all, on Behemoth, but very nearly toppled in the end. There. Over goes Onslaught. Last time they didn't have a self-riding mechanism. They said they did this time, and they do. Away from Razer in spectacular fashion. Look at that. The Onslaught self-riding mechanism does work this time around. Attila the drum is doing nothing but trundling around. Razer is on the attack again. Vercingetorix has been in the thick of everything right from the start. And Onslaught, plucky little terrier. We told you about that early on. Now, Razer and Behemoth having a go at Attila the drum, which does spin and turn around wildly. That's the Attila the drum team. That was Aisha Nat, the 14-year-old, waving to us. Thumbs up from her. Meanwhile, Onslaught again flipped up and turning. Has Vercingetorix been immobilised? One robot has to go. One robot will be eliminated at this stage, and I think at the moment it looks like Vercingetorix, Spawn of Scutter on the attack, Behemoth on the attack. Well, they were really under the cosh right from the word go. This is Behemoth, and look at little Onslaught. Behemoth had a go at Spawn of Scutter. Anything you can do, I can do better. That was magnificent. Little Onslaught on the attack on Behemoth, and again, they will not give up the Onslaught boys from Bedford. Vercingetorix, though, a little bit of smoke. I think they're out of it. This is Razer on the attack with Attila the drum. Oh, and look at this. Will they break the pickaxe off, or is it strong enough to withstand the pressure? I think Vercingetorix are out. It's not up to me, though. It's up to our three judges who have to decide. Now, they are marking on style, control, damage and aggression. Plenty of that from Razer. Plenty of damage sustained by Vercingetorix. Spawn of Scutter took a little bit as well. Little Onslaught, magnificent throughout. Great competitors. Spawn of Scutter did enough to stay. And Onslaught flipped, but using the Shremek to right itself under pressure from Razer there. And all the while, Vercingetorix taking punishment and pressure from just about anyone. Behemoth, they were in the mix throughout as well. Another flip up and over for the Onslaught team. Razer then almost crumpled Attila the drum, but for me, Vercingetorix, they will go out. And that's what the judges say as well. Confirmation that Spawn of Scutter, Onslaught, Behemoth, Razer and Attila the drum all survived. Vercingetorix eliminated. Let's hear the excuses, Jules.
Roboteers, stand by.
Ah, formidable five. Oh, Attila the drum have changed weapons, look. Onslaught, so plucky, and Razer, so formidable. Attila the drum with Bernie Ryder, the team captain. On the left-hand side there, Aisha next to him. All the Onslaught boys arriving in the middle, a little bit late, and Razer on the right. There's Spawn of Scutter. And Behemoth, a heavyweight. Spawn of Scutter boys on the left-hand side. Darren Ball, Graham Warner, Luke Chapman all work together.
2, 1.
Customary bright start from Razer then, from the right-hand side of your picture. In comes Onslaught! Oh, as plucky as ever to take on Razer. Behemoth trying to flip Onslaught, don't know why. It's got a very effective Shremek. Razer trying to, crumple and puncture the front scoop of Behemoth. Now attacking Spawn of Scutter with a sharp teeth front. Trying to puncture Spawn of Scutter as it did Vercingetorix, and look at Onslaught, the wheels may be spinning. The hearts, though, of Razer fluttering under the attack of Onslaught, tremendous. And Behemoth and Razer now against Spawn of Scutter, but that was the push from Onslaught, which shows tremendous power. Razer takes Spawn of Scutter in a grisly grip, and Attila the drum keeps on trundling on. In comes the ref bot to have a look at Spawn of Scutter. Are they immobilised? Razer almost turned over, though. Now we know that Razer can flip itself using that winged claw mechanism. Do you see that? It's over on its side. We know they can right itself. Little help from Onslaught. Topsy-turvy. I think Razer should be okay, but Behemoth is in there and putting pressure on them. And Onslaught, and time is ticking down. Razer will have to prove they are not totally immobilised. Spawn of Scutter, Behemoth, they're all combining against Razer, the favourites. And Razer up and ready to take on Onslaught. Onslaught on its side. That means it's vulnerable if it's on its side. If it's flipped over, it can Shremek, but not if it's on its side. They're okay, they're away. Razer trying to exact some sort of revenge on Behemoth, and there goes Attila the drum. If in trouble, run away, live to fight another day. In they come, little smack of the mace down on Behemoth. Onslaught snapping away there once again. Onslaught and Razer both toppled. Who can right themselves the quickest? Onslaught are out. Razer not far behind them there. Look at this. Onslaught, 1, 2, 3, up and over she blows. And Razer just behind. Those are the two impressive robots for me so far in this Annihilator. The most impressive. Again, Razer using that wing mechanism. Attila the drum, a little bit of force, a little bit of power to try and keep them over. And a slam down of the mace. I don't think that's going to cause too much damage, to be brutally honest. Spawn of Scutter on the attack. But Razer here, you know, they're going to have to flick themselves up and over. And Spawn of Scutter, well, they can rue that ultimately, helping Razer to right themselves. That is not good controlled aggression from Spawn of Scutter. And should it go to the judges, they will be marked down on that. I don't quite know how the judges would mark Attila the Drum, to be honest. They just seem to be a mad twirling thing to me. Razer puncturing Behemoth right behind the scoop. Look, it's got him on the scoop mechanism, Razer, to try and disable the scoop of Behemoth. Trying to cut the weapon effectively. It's a pneumatic scoop. Oh! In on the side now of Behemoth. Taking punishment. The great 80-kilo machine from Hempstead. Attila the Drum buffets. Behemoth tries to ride the pressure from Razer. Has a chance to get away, but it's not the quickest at 6 miles an hour. Razer here, like a dog with a bone, after Behemoth. It will not let it alone. It's trying to worry it to robot oblivion. Spawn of Scutter trying to stay out of trouble, and Oblivion wisely also, because this is the duel that matters now. It's how long Behemoth can survive. And Michael and Anthony Pritchard, the brothers, with Kane Aston in support as well, trying to steer Behemoth out of trouble. I don't think they can. I don't think it's moving at all. I think Behemoth have been immobilised. I think the end is nigh for them. Razer worrying it tenaciously. Spawn of Scutter there, top of your picture, and of course, yes, that's another Drum. And it's Behemoth for me who will go out here. Onslaught, a little bit of a busy run, but stay out of trouble, Onslaught. That's the message for them now. With Alan Wood, the Harpo Marks look-alike, and his son David and Mark Holland in the team. And this is Spawn of Scutter under pressure from Razer. Had enough of Behemoth. They think Behemoth have finished. Well, it is moving, but only just. Now, Spawn of Scutter. Look at them. They think they're out. Spawn of Scutter, the Essex boys, think they've been immobilised. And look at this attack on Attila the Drum now from Onslaught. It's all happening in front of us in the Northern Annihilator. Something came off there. Behemoth are out of it. Spawn of Scutter, have they survived? Goodness me. They applaud. Will they get the judge's decision? The attack on Spawn of Scutter by Razer early on under pressure from Onslaught. I love Onslaught. Razer on its side. Behemoth on the attack there. Onslaught. Again, Onslaught flip, Razer flip, both righting themselves. But Spawn of Scutter and Behemoth, the two most in trouble. This is the punishment Behemoth took from Razer. And I don't think there was a lot of life left in Behemoth before the attack on Spawn of Scutter. Certainly their team looked most unhappy. Who goes out? Who stays in? Let's see. The judges have said Spawn of Scutter were totally immobilised, and Behemoth still had a little life left to join Onslaught, Attila the Drum, and Razer.
Behemoth boys, why are you not frantically hammering and drilling and all that sort of thing?
We've done all our hammering. We've got it all straight now from where Razer bent it. But unfortunately, we found out the gear has slipped inside the gearbox.
And that's your spare?
That's the spare, yeah.
But you haven't got time to put it in?
No, it takes about half an hour to swap them over.
Oh, it's so unfair!
I know.
Are you gutted?
Yeah, next time.
Next time, exactly.
More powerful, faster than ever before, ready to win.
Wired up and fired up, Behemoth team is back. Some more destruction, of course. They've got 2.5 grand's worth of titanium bucket here, which can lift 40 stone, probably. Mike's skateboard. Sacrifices for Robot Wars. That apparently is meant to stop the thing flipping out. We shall see.
From Hempstead and number 6 seed, Behemoth.
A mighty machine, heavy at 80 kilos, a titanium shell and bucket scoop, 2 motors, and an electric wheelchair gearbox, top speeds of 6 miles an hour, and can be top heavy. You'll see what I mean from the Series 3 heat final. Pitbull rolled and in trouble, but the arena spike toppled Behemoth, and that was it, crashing over. Have they learned a lesson?
Hi, this is Team Behemoth, myself Anthony Pritchard, Kane Aston, and Michael Pritchard. This year, this is Behemoth Evolution 3. The strength on the bucket is 300 kilograms, which gives us good tippability.
This year we've come along with self-righters, so that even if we roll right upside down, we can always right and get back on our wheels.
We've also upgraded the drive for this wars, and it now pulls at 1.5 ton, and it's a lot quicker.
Roboteers, stand by.
Behemoth with Anthony Pritchard, 23 years of age there in the middle, and his brother Michael to the left, and Kane Aston 2. And Arnold Terminegger with Ian English at the controls, and Rambot, of course. Looks good, doesn't it? David Johnson, an electrical engineer at the controls.
3, 2, 1, activate.
the Rambot dark horses in this, but it's immediately Arnold. Arnold Terminator taking on Behemoth. Behemoth strong with the bucket scoop. Arnold back on the attack, that's quite lightweight in comparison, giving 7 kilos in that push and shove, tug of war, and almost toppling Behemoth immediately, and this was the danger for Behemoth, we've seen it already. Can Arnold complete the task here? Behemoth in real trouble. A great yawning gap opens as it flexes the scoop though, and Behemoth getting away. A great slam from Rambot there, and this time it's Arnold who takes the tumble. Behemoth using the scoop, Arnold on his side, Rambot with the wedge underneath. Luckily, Arnold Terminegger is okay. Right way up and rolling again. Sergeant Bash comes in, Rambot back onto the arena wall. Very quick Rambot, 20 miles an hour. Low centre of gravity, speedy. Look at that underneath Sergeant Bash with the wedge shape again. 2 steel spikes on the back. It has that little punchy flipper as well, and over goes Arnold Terminegger once more. Has the self-riding mechanism, the metal side wings. This is a great battle. Behemoth flips Rambot, but they can roll either side up Rambot. They're okay. It's not a classic self-riding mechanism, but the wheels can roll Rambot either way up. Over onto the side goes Arnold. Arnold Terminegger. Out come the wings. Rights itself again. Very even, this one. Behemoth, seated number 6, on the attack again, with the classic warning, yellow and black side stripes and chevrons. Rambot, this time with an attack using the spikes, bashes against the arena wall. Behemoth attacking Arnold Terminegger. Rambot in underneath Arnold. Behemoth trying to lift Rambot. This is great stuff. Just see the winking, blinking eyes of Arnold Terminegger. Will those eyes be shut in defeat? Behemoth flipping Rambot. Not a worthy attack, that. Not really if it comes to points to be gained by driving style. Oh, and Behemoth's been punching on the side by the spikes of Rambot. Rambot coming good almost to the end, attacking Arnold Terminegger too. So we've seen aggression from Rambot all the way through. But have we seen great driving control by Rambot? Too quick for its own good, perhaps. We've also seen aggression from Arnold Terminegger and from Behemoth, but Behemoth has sustained damage. Under 10 seconds to go. Behemoth on the attack. Will that count in its favour? As the judges will decide, a very, very close battle, this one. One of the closest we've ever had, I think. So our 3 judges have to decide on style, control, damage and aggression. Behemoth immediately attacked by Arnold Terminegger. But then Arnold taking 1 or 2 tumbles. Points knocked off. Self-righting, points gained for control. Rambot rushing around, causing damage, I think. But was it controlled aggression?
The decision's in. Rambot has been eliminated.
Our 2 seeds survive. X-Terminator 2 face Arnold Terminegger. And up against those great sports judge shred 2, Behemoth.
It depends. Behemoth about to go into the arena. Now basically it's 2 scoopers up against each other.
Yeah.
But you have got a smaller target area than they have.
Yeah, well, we've got the width of the bucket on the front end, so by keeping that to their robot, we should be able to get them over.
And you've got 0 ground clearance on that bucket, haven't you?
Yeah, basically the bucket actually rides along the ground, so
you're in with a fighting chance.
We're in a fighting chance, yes.
Good news.
Roboteers, stand by.
There's Judge Shred 2, the Leicester-based team. Alan Blakeman in the middle, his son Paul on the right. And Behemoth, the Pritchard boys. Again, it's Anthony in the middle at the controls. Kane Aston's with them. BSc in Computer Studies at Hearts University. Behemoth of Trundler. Judge Shred 2 is the quicker away. Indeed, it's just about the quicker robot. Get up to 7 miles an hour. Behemoth, the top speed of 6. Behemoth into the clutches of Dead Metal. Dead Metal drawing Behemoth back into the CPZ. Using great power to get away. There are 2 motors from a wheelchair gearbox powering Behemoth. And there's the front scoop in underneath Judge Shred 2. A little lick of flame on the back of Judge Shred 2. Being extinguished, though, in the
area of the arena, toppled! Over go Judge Dredd 2. Now can they use their self-righting mechanism here? Very slowly, they're trying to get the axe to self-right. Well, they promised they had a 3-mech, and I don't think it's an effective one. And we are about to pass sentence on the judges. Well, the court of the Robot Wars arena says you will be taken hence to a place whence from thence you will be pitted by Sir Killalot. And let's very quickly, Judge Dredd, you can ride yourself. Oh, look at Killalot on the claw. It's so slow and deliberate, the punishment for the judges. Dead metal clutches Judge Dredd. There goes the saw, Bash and Killalot in there as well. Shunt wants a piece of the action. And all of a sudden, Judge Dredd 2 looks minuscule, doesn't it? And weak and puny in the presence of the house robots. Judges, we have the last laugh. And the full stop to our sentence is 9 for you. Crash from Shuntax in the soft underbelly. They begged, stole and borrowed parts for their machine. The judges, 3 holes. Oh, the judicial system of Robot Wars sees the scales of justice weighing heavily against the judges. They're out. Behemoth goes through. Where was the major damage caused for Judge Dredd 2? Was it the fire, I wonder, burning out the electrics? We'll have to find out from the pit. Certainly Behemoth flipped them over. You see, there was no power in the self-running mechanism, and then the house robots finally came in for the kill.
Well, an end to law and order for Judge Dredd. The Behemoth boys are back, and they bounce through. Come on, lads. That win back. How you doing? Good to see you again.
Good to see you again.
Well, I suppose that went according to plan, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. Nicely over.
Well, you've gone very far in lots of these competitions, but you've never quite made it to the end.
No, we haven't. Hopefully, 3rd time lucky.
Is this year your year?
Yeah, hopefully.
Well, we'll wait and see. Let's hear it for the Behemoth boys! Cheers, guys. Well done. Great wing.
So X-Terminator have made some tactical changes for fighting Behemoth. You've made it to the heat finals in the last 2 wars. Please beat them. We want to see you at the series semis.
Yeah, we will try. So, every year we try. Yeah, we do. So, hopefully this is our year again, as it was in Series 2.
And have you caught sight of their flipper?
We have, but it's only very narrow, so...
Exactly.
The chances of getting onto us are less than they are with us getting
So
onto it.
you're quite confident, really, aren't you?
Hopefully, yeah.
Well, I am too. On you go, lads.
Thank you.
Just one thing stands between our 2 robots now and the series semi-finals, and that's each other. It's the 3rd and final round.
Roboteers, stand by. From Hereford and seeded number 22, X-Terminator.
Marlon Pritchard, Paul Lewis, Simon Baldwin, the X-Terminator team.
From Hemel Hempstead and number 6 seed, Behemoth.
Kane Aston, Anthony Pritchard, and his brother Michael there on the right, the Behemoth team.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Both these machines reaching a heat final for the 2nd series running. Let's see if the X-Terminator flipper is working. Behemoth immediately turns them up and over. Well, it is working, the flipper, because it's acted almost as a 3-mech. With, of course, the help from the side spikes as well, but the initial plunge and attack was taken by Behemoth with a pneumatic scoop. Behemoth is the bigger of the 2 robots, slightly the heavier and certainly the more aggressive. And I think Anthony and Michael showed great control, really steering Behemoth around the arena floor. X-Terminator rocks and rolls. Marlon Pritchard at the controls, now on the attack. But Behemoth, sturdy, heavy, too strong.
They try and flick Behemoth up and over, getting in there on the side of the scoop, pushing it into the CPZ. Shunt can come out on the attack, using its own scoop. Behemoth head-to-head there with X-Terminator. Slam and bam, 160 kilos met there in the two robots with a frontal attack. There they try and use that little flicker to push Behemoth up and over, trying to tag it there on the side spike of Behemoth X-Terminator. Behemoth started the strong. X-Terminator has come back very well, and I would guess is now on top in this heat final. Trying to use the side spikes to add an extra flick to Behemoth. Riding the attack of X-Terminator, now gets away. Will have to dodge the arena floor flipper. Dangerously near that flipper there, Behemoth. They size each other up. Back away. Exterminator nudging forward towards Behemoth. Out comes Dead Metal trying to grasp Behemoth. Very much now Exterminator on top and on the attack. Trying to get in underneath Behemoth again. A ground clearance of 25 millimeters on Behemoth. Only 15 millimeters on Exterminator. That's the Exterminator team. Can Behemoth come back in? I think at the moment they're struggling, the number 6 seeds. From here it's Exterminator on top. Seeded 22. Will the Behemoth boys suffer disappointment in another heat final? The arena floor spiked them last time around. Behemoth again, looking as if they're in trouble here. Exterminator trying to flip them over one last time. It'll go to the judges. But I think Exterminator, Marlon, Paul and Simon have it. And the Pritchard boys and Kane Aston will be disappointed, but it's up to those judges, of course. Judging on style, control, damage and aggression. The early aggression from Behemoth, certainly. And again there, so points tallying up for Behemoth. Good style by Exterminator to self-right, and then in the closing stages, they really were aggressive. Not a great deal of damage caused. Very even heat final.
The judges have made their decision. Remember, lads, it's based on style, control, damage and aggression. Behemoth, the 6 seeds are out. It's Exterminator!
Come on!
Guys, the 6 seed, one of my favourite robots. It looked like it was all over in the first 2 seconds. I mean, you flipped him, but his self-righter worked really well, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. It brought him back, so...
And then you had problems. What are your problems?
Well, it's basically there's a right way, a wrong way, and a Behemoth way. And basically, Behemoth way is the wrong way.
Well, you seem to be sort of just stuck in going in a line. It's like you couldn't change and turn.
From the last round, we had to change cog inside the gearbox because it was slipping.
Yeah.
And I think it's done it again. So...
And what was your... You didn't seem to get your shovel working like you used to have it working.
It was working fine, but we didn't use it because we wasn't on them. So... You know, it's only any use if they're on the front.
Good flips in, but
Yeah, I mean, you put them right over
after the
first.
drive, really, it was all right for a little bit. It got worse and worse, and then completely went. So we had basically no drive on one side.
It was a war of attrition after that. I tell you what, though, you always flatter to deceive. Are you going to come back and win this competition one day?
One day. One day.
One day.
I hope so. You're great competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Behemoth!